Wednesday. Thank you, good people of America and the world, for joining us here at Crain & Company. Like the stock market, we are flying high right now. It's to my left. It's a giant of a man, but a gentleman. Quarterback David Cone. To my right, former Western State, Colorado wide receiver Blaine Crain. We have a great show for you today. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And Blaine, go ahead and tell the good people about the chat.
Chat, what is up? It is Masters Week. Stand out of your chair. Let's get excited. If you're in there, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you donate, it's on topic. It will get read. All donations will get read at the end of the show. We're going to have multiple polls today swimming through your mind. Right now, the first one is who's going to win the Masters? Scotty Scheffler, Rory, Bryson, or other?
Get excited. We're going to take call-ins on Friday.
This Friday,
everyone gets super excited, and maybe some college football talk tomorrow, Jake.
Rumor has it there may be some dark horse.
Dark horse.
Out of locker
Super
room.
dark horse talk tomorrow.
It's never too early.
Just copying you.
We talk college football. That's
all the greats do.
That was a good impression. The 2025 Masters begins tomorrow. We're going to have a full breakdown and some picks with a consequence for the loser. Former Ohio State quarterback Will Howard calls Tennessee a bunch of clowns.
Damn.
And Caitlin Clark discusses her white privilege.
Wow.
How brave. Thank you for joining us here on Wednesday at Crain & Company. That time of year again for the Masters. Fathers and sons, pimentos and cheese. Me hoping my bet hits on top 10 finishers, top 5 finishers, and possibly the winner. And while college basketball has wound down, we still have a while until the college football season kicks off, even though there really is no off season in college football. This is a fun time. One of the few golf tournaments that I'm going to be glued to the TV for all 4 rounds. It turns out the weather, at least for Thursday, should be pretty good, even though there's some expected rain Thursday night into Friday morning. And we're going to hear about LIV. We're going to hear about the guys on the PGA Tour and that beef. But what I'm hoping is we get a fantastic finish or a fantastic storyline, like we had in 1935 with Gene Sarazen, like we had in 1987. We all remember that 1935 Gene Sarazen moment. 1987 with Larry Mize holding out to beat Greg Norman. Tiger beating the field by 12 strokes in 97. And then coming out of nowhere to win in 2019. So who knows what will be in store for this week. But I, for one, am excited, David, even though some people are upset because they feel like this is kind of, and I know we have Major League Baseball, okay? We still have 917 more regular season games left. Hopefully that's enough time for the Braves to be able to figure it out. But Cone, how excited do you get about the Masters? Like, how much do you really like golf? Like, watching golf? Like, will you watch all the majors, or is it just like...
I will typically watch all the majors, but there's nothing like Augusta National, specifically from a kid from Statesboro, Georgia. I mean, I'm from Georgia. This is the golf tournament of golf tournaments. Can we dive in here on a couple of the big names entering the tournament?
Let's dive in. Let's dive in, David.
And shout out to our boy Ben Cercio for putting this stuff together and sending it over to us. Let's talk about Scotty Scheffler, generational run since the beginning of 2021. 18 victories, 45 top 10 finishes, 65 top 20 finishes. But here's the thing, and he is the favorite to win the tournament.
And a criminal.
At plus 400, if he doesn't get arrested.
Yes.
Correct. But, and he hasn't missed a cut since August 14th, 2022. By the way.
Neither have I.
Hasn't missed, yeah, me neither, because I haven't played. But here's the thing. Since he cut his hand washing that wine glass at Christmas, remember that story? True story. He hasn't won since then. Is he still going to be your horse to win it all?
Well, I don't want to jump in and do my overall pick. He's obviously the leader in the clubhouse, but the spidey senses are tingling for Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh, I thought you were going
That's
Rory.
sickening to me.
No, it's
Rory.
listen, he's not
sickening
He's
to me to
Japanese.
say
So
that.
let's get that out of the way right now with what's going on in the world with China. For some reason, like we talk about trusting the signs, like we had Japanese food the other night. It was really, really good.
How much does that factor into your decision?
It has to be huge.
It's at least 70%.
What'd you get?
Okay, well, people are going to I'm a noodles guy, okay? I'm a noodles guy. Like, I like sushi and all that stuff. My wife absolutely loves Japanese food.
What
but
type of noodles?
But it was really good. I don't want to get specific on what I got.
See, well, we live in an era where we got to get specific
I'm not
about
getting
what
specific
noodles
on
you
it.
have.
That's all you're going to know. That's all you're going to know because I don't want to give any free ad time for Japanese food unless one of them want to sponsor us. But at the end of the day, I'm feeling Hideki Matsuyama. But it wouldn't be bad to pick Scheffler. I know Blaine's going to probably pick DeChambeau. Like, is that who you're going with, Blaine?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
Of course. The YouTube sensation. It's just everything's building to this moment for Bryson. Everything's building. Trust me, been watching him on the live, been watching him on YouTube. He's dialed in right now. All right? He hits the ball farther than anybody. And if you can do that at Augusta, right, and especially capitalize on what the par fives, then you really have a chance to win. Right now, look at that smile. God, it's a smile made for YouTube right there, boys.
Has anybody kind of flipped the script on being like very unlikable to likable, better than Bryson?
It was the hat. It was the hat.
It was the hat.
It was the hat.
Like
the Peaky Blinders hat
like
wasn't
he's about to
it,
go do
bud.
a deal with Tommy
It wasn't.
Shelby.
See, I didn't have a problem with the hat. He's just more likable now.
How? Still the same guy.
how he
It was
is.
a hat.
He's putting himself out there more. The YouTube videos.
That's it. That's all
Am I
that
wrong?
changed. That's all that changed for you. The YouTube
Well,
videos changed your
he's-
perspective.
Likable in them. I mean, you can put out
Sure. The
videos
break
where you're
50,
still
the breaking
unlikable.
50, the breaking the course
The
record.
breaking 50
It's
is
phenomenal.
is awesome.
Yeah.
But I will say still, I can't stand Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, I was about to
I hope Rory McIlroy hits every ball in the water. In the
Him and Colin Morikawa, I can't stand.
Morikawa was, yeah. And I used to like Colin. Like, I like me some Victor Hovland. I'm down with that.
Savicta.
Yeah, Zavicta.
I like-
but
I like
just
Victor.
Rory McIlroy, I can't stand that.
Here's the
dude.
thing about Rory, though. Statistically, he's playing the best golf since he turned pro.
Well, statistically, I can't stand
plus
Rory McIlroy.
2.86 strokes gained on the season so far.
But what does he do when it matters most, Dave?
Over 4 rounds, he's 11.44 strokes better than the field, and he needs this tournament to complete the career Grand Slam, but he has needed it for over a decade.
Yeah.
Not happening.
He basically puts
Not
on
gonna
he
happen?
puts on a Duke uniform every time it matters.
Oh, God, why is Duke
Wow.
catching
Blows
strays?
it.
What did Duke do?
Blows it. Just choking on it. Every time. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, we've been hearing about Rory for the last 15 years. I remember when he was young, he's the best thing to walk on water.
Yeah. Well, Spieth, too. I mean, he was in that
Spieth's
group
back
with
in this
Spieth.
tournament now.
But I think there's some sneaky guys. And Justin Thomas as well.
I like
Look,
Justin.
I'm from
I know he
Auburn, but I
graduated.
like Justin.
I like him too.
I like Justin Thomas.
I like any guy
Put
who's
the
willing
Alabama
to say
to
the
side.
F word after he misses a putt.
What about Phil? What do we think about
Phil's
Phil?
playing well.
Who did he bet on? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, how much money? Yeah. Does he bet on himself?
Oh, Phil's having a great day today with the stock market going.
Oh yeah.
He's having a great day.
No, but Phil's hitting the ball really well, especially the duels tournament I just watched. He was in driving the ball. He's increased his drive with age, which is crazy. I mean, his club speed, and you know how Phil is when it comes with irons. He's an absolute witch around the
Yeah.
greens. Phil's always been like that his entire career. So you might be surprised with a little.
Well,
Phil
we
action.
did do the most iconic moments or the greatest moments in Masters history. That's a video you can filter through the YouTube channel and find. Did that earlier this week. But Cone, what other little nuggets do you have over there?
Well, I was going to say, we're going to take 4 golfers each,
Okay.
right?
Okay, you ready?
We're
You
going to
ready
take
for
4
this?
golfers each? Can you
Okay.
break this down for
All right,
people?
all right. So here's what we're gonna do. And in the chat, all right, I want y'all to get excited because the punishment will be divvied out, and we got a great plan for it. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 4 golfers. Here's the competition. And in the chat, you give us your 4. All right. In the comments, if you're watching this after live, give it your 4. We can take 2 golfers, right? Any 2. Doesn't matter their odds to win it. Okay. It can be Scott Scheffler, it can be Rory, whatever. But then you got to take one that has over 5,000 odds to win it, right? So worse than 5,000, and one that has worse than 10,000 odds to win it. We're going to take those 4 golfers. We're going to combine their score at the end. And whoever has the best score out of us 3 wins. And the other 2 have to pay for a round of their golf. And the loser, all right, and here's the caveat, the loser has to get padded up, go on a driving range while we're hitting balls at them and take golf balls, and there's going to be a scale in the middle. And you're going to have to put a certain amount of golf balls to hit a certain weight, and then you can leave the driving range while we absolutely drill golf balls at you. You're going to be padded up, right?
I'm a dad now. I really don't want to lose this.
Well, you're a big target.
I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose this either.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're gonna snake
I'm not
draft it. We're gonna snake draft it.
Okay.
And the way we're gonna, so if you can't have the same player, all right? None of us can have the same player. So Justine, you got a number between 1 and 10 in your head, right?
I
for
sure
the first
do.
pick? All right. We're each gonna write down the number on this board out of 10. 1 to 10, Blaine. You can't do 0. You can't do 11. Okay. And whoever is closest gets to pick first, second closest.
1 through 10.
Yeah, it's a snake draft, right?
Snake
So it'll
draft.
go 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1, then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. All right. I'm writing down our numbers. Okay.
Justine, I'm just swimming in. I know exactly what's in your head right now.
All right,
I
everybody ready?
doubt it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Turn. I got 9. You picked 8. Y'all both picked 8. We gotta do it again.
So top heavy.
Golly.
What's the number?
Well. I went with my high school volleyball jersey number, which was 9.
Which was
Congratulations,
9.
Jake.
I got 1. Now y'all two got to pick 1 through 10 to see who
no
goes second.
way.
Yeah, I thought you said we're going to redo it. You said we're going to
No,
redo
it
it.
got shut
9?
down. They're making the rules.
Are you kidding me?
All right, you got to pick another number, Justine.
This-
Good. I'm so excited about this.
I already know. I'm right here. I'm locked in. I'm so
locked.
dialed
I'm
right now.
locked.
Are you
I'm
kidding me?
locked.
All right, here we go.
I'm basically a safe.
I'm
Justine-
67
Reveal.
today.
All right, reveal. 8, 4.
Come on.
It was 2.
Yeah!
I'm so
All
sorry.
right.
What are
9
you
was,
doing
back there?
9
That's
was one
it.
away
I'm
from the
so
top, 2 was
lost.
one away from the
And I
bottom.
wanted
If I
That's
get hit by
it.
golf
All
balls,
right,
I
all right.
swear.
So with my first pick, I'm going Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I'm doing Scotty Scheffler.
I'm going Scott Scheffler. Sorry about it. Wine cut hand or not.
Golly, man.
I'm going with Scheffler as one of mine.
All right, Scotty Scheffler's off the board.
Yep. So it goes to you, Conathan.
No, it
it?
doesn't.
Or it goes to
Does it?
Blank.
God, you just have a weird.
I mean, I'll
thing for
go.
phone.
I'll go if you want.
All right, give me Bryson.
Okay, Bryson's
Okay.
off the board.
So DeChambeau's off the board. All right, David, who are you going to go with?
Guy beats
We're going off these DraftKings odds, right?
Guy beats Rory.
Yeah, I'm looking at DraftKings.
You get to pick again after this.
Give me Colin Morikawa.
Wow, I hate that pick.
Morikawa. You're going Morikawa. All right, and since it is a snake draft, Cone does get to pick
And these are the plus 5,000.
No. You get 2 that are any. You get 2 that are any, and then 1 that's over 5,000.
That's correct.
1 that's over 10,000.
Okay.
Who's your second pick?
It's between Rory or Xander.
God, I'd pick Xander if I was you.
Sultan.
Let's go. I believe Rory McIlroy. I believe.
Okay, good.
Let's don't collapse this week, Rory.
Good.
Come on,
Who are
man.
you taking?
Yeah, give me John Rahm.
Okay, I like that. I'm going Shoffley. Give me Xander. He always
I'll
shows
tell
Give me
you
the
what,
Ramster.
If Rory blows this and I get hit with golf balls.
All right, Jake.
All right, so now we're at plus 5,000.
Plus
Yep, it's got to be
5,000
plus
odds.
5,000 or more. I'm going to go give me Minwoo Lee.
Minwoo Lee, right
Yeah.
at plus 5,500.
Plus 5,500. Give me
Okay.
Minwoo Lee.
Excuse me.
That's your pick?
Yeah, it is. Give me Cam Smith.
Okay, I like that. Plus 6,000. I'm going to go with someone at plus 6,000 as well. Give me Will Zalatoris.
Dang it!
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, well, I can't.
Will
Okay, I gotta go plus
Zalatoris.
10,000 anyway.
Yeah, so the last one is plus 10,000. And then Cone gets to pick.
Correct.
Yep, Cone gets to pick.
All right, so I get to pick the first one over
10 plus 10,000 or more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we're going to find out.
I know who I'm taking.
Who are you taking?
Daniel Berger.
It's a burger.
Daniel Berger.
Okay.
Plus
Berger.
11,000.
Who you going with?
Give me that boy Phil Mickelson, baby.
Okay.
Wow, come
Give me
on,
a Philly.
Phil, do not be afraid
All
just
right.
to go out there and get a couple 84s out of it.
No, he's playing
Don't
too
be
well.
afraid,
He's got
Phil.
too much money on it.
I'm going Sam Burns at plus 12,000.
God, I hope it burns.
Yeah, well, not anymore since I took that medicine.
All right, so I've got Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, Will Zalatoris, and Daniel Berger.
Okay.
For those 4
That's your
combined,
4.
the lowest score.
Yes. I've got Scotty Scheffler, Xander Shoffley, Minwoo Lee, and Sam Oops It Burns.
I got Bryson DeChambeau, the YouTube sensation, John Rahm, Cameron Smith, and Phil Mickelson.
Okay.
Oh, I'm walking.
Can we
through
make
this
some
competition.
graphics?
I-
With those 4.
Yep.
We'll put them out on social media. We'll track this. Loser gets hit with range balls.
That's the thing. Is the loser need to dress up in like goalie pads?
No,
from
like
hockey? where
It
you
has to
barely
be
move?
like something really good.
Yeah. I don't want you going out there in a knocker.
Because like
I want you
boys.
padding up.
I ain't out there with a wedge.
Yeah.
All
No.
right?
I'm pulling it. It's
I'm
stingers.
pulling the AI smoke out.
Yeah. No,
I'm hitting down.
We'll have to lay some ground rules.
Yeah,
we'll
dingers
see
and
about that.
stingers.
This
I
is
don't want
gonna
anyone
kill
to die.
someone. This is going to kill someone.
It's not going to kill
You
someone.
better draft it good.
If you're tough.
You better
I'll tell you
draft
what,
it
if
good.
Rory McIlroy blows this thing.
No, I'm telling you, I feel good about mine. All right, let's get to the chat. Let's see how they feel.
All right, let's go to a $5 donation from the Guru. What's up, man? What's up, brother? He says, whoever has Scotty Scheffler is going to win this. This guy's going to absolutely walk through the tournament again as long as he doesn't go to jail on the way
But again,
I actually
that's just
kind of hope
one
he
of
gets
4,
arrested.
though.
I kind of hope he gets arrested again for a little
I mean,
motivation.
even
factor.
if he goes and wins it and your other 3 blow this thing, you don't necessarily win this competition.
Not necessarily, but if he goes and wins it, it puts me in a pretty good spot, I would think.
Let's go to a $10 donation from the Patty Ponder. He says, the return of Angel Cabrera. Fellas, why didn't we pick him? I know he hits his wife, but other than that, he can hit a golf ball.
I thought about putting a little bit of money on Jose Maria Olazabal at plus 400,000. Like $10 wins you like $1 billion, which means he's not going to win.
A $20 donation from the Fanatic 99. He says, Rory McIlroy is the biggest choker ever to walk the course. It fits Cone perfectly.
No, does anybody like Rory? Serious question.
Who said that?
That is the Fanatic 99.
Does anybody like Rory McIlroy?
Fanatic
I don't know anybody who likes Rory McIlroy. Not saying do you think he's a good golfer? Not obviously he's a really good golfer, but does anybody actually like Rory?
I never met him.
I'm not even sure if the Irish do anymore.
I don't think anybody does.
All right, let's go to a $1.99 donation from the Prodigy. What's up, man? He says, the par 3 contest was one of my favorite things to watch. Has any participant ever won the par 3 contest and the Masters in the same year?
I don't think so, but that's worth a Google. I mean, that'd be like the Grand Slam within the Grand Slam. I like the one where they have to skip it across the water onto the green, or when they let their caddies tee off. Because didn't like Jack Nicklaus's like grandson get a hole-in-one on that one par 3 during the par 3?
All right, this is according to AI. No golfer has ever won both the Masters par 3 contest and the Masters tournament in the same year, though many par 3 contest winners have gone on to win the Masters in other years.
Okay, so just not on the same year.
$5 donation from my boy Blue. Fellas, it hurts me deeply that nobody's going to take our boy Brooks Koepka to come out on the win. It's hard for me not to bet against him when he throws in a couple zinny bennies before the match.
Yeah, I feel like Brooks would be cool to hang out with. I feel like I'd have a good time with Brooks Koepka. We should go hang out with him one time. Somebody should just cold call him, see if he wants to hang out. I thought about taking Brooks, but I mean, with that first pick, I got to go with the chef.
You got to go with
right? And then Schauffele, he's just always there. It's not sexy, it's not flashy. He's just always there. He's like a mother-in-law. He's just always there.
All right, poll. Who is going to win the Masters? Scotty Chef, Boring Rory, Bryson DeChambeau, or other? You want to guess it?
God, I feel like they went other. I'm going to say other 34%.
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler, 36%. Rory McIlroy, 12%. Bryson DeChambeau, 25%. Other, 27%.
Okay.
Talking about Xander Schauffele, obviously he won 2 of the 4 majors last season. Not in great form so far this year, is battling some injuries. But if he wins the Masters, he'll hold 3 of the 4 majors at once. That's something we haven't seen since Tiger did it.
No, and I mean he's absolutely incredible. I feel like this is the one. This one gets us back on track. This one gets us back. It's Augusta. Navigate the course. Do your thing. I'm a big believer in Xander. I'm also a big believer in quality meat. All right?
Yeah, you are.
And knowing where it comes from. All right? I don't want any mystery meat. That's why our friends over at Good Ranchers, they're top notch. They're the best. All right? If you're anything like us and you prefer knowing your dinner wasn't shipped from the other side of the planet, then now is the perfect time to check out the fantastic boxes at goodranchers.com. Here's the deal. Their meat is born, raised, and harvested right here in the good old US of A. And there's no antibiotics, no added hormones, no seed oils, just quality meat. Imagine that. One ingredient you can pronounce without a chemistry degree, David, which none of us have. We weren't smart enough to do that. They're practically showing off when it comes to transparency, and all their meat is farm to table with zero mysteries, which means you're supporting American ranchers who are serving food that will make you question your life choices at 3 a.m. We've all been there, all right? We've all been there. So when you sign up, you'll get free bacon, ground beef, seed oil-free chicken nuggets, or wild-caught salmon in every order for a year, plus $40 off, not 40 bucks off, $40 off with code BOOSTER. So again, you don't want mystery meat, so visit goodranchers.com today. Use code BOOSTER to get free meat for a year and $40 off your first order. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered to you. And they got that Gulf of America shrimp. Gulf of America shrimp there, Coney. All right. What else do we have?
All right, boys. Former Buckeye quarterback Will Howard sat down with John Gruden, and he had some things to say about the Tennessee Volunteers. Can we run this?
National champion, former Buckeye.
Chill out.
So now the playoffs start, and here comes the Tennessee Volunteers. It's a cold night.
It was.
In Columbus.
It was, man.
And you see these guys come roaring out of here, the SEC, the Tennessee Vols, without their shirts. And it seemed like they were trying to intimidate you guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, the funny thing is they came out with their shirts on, or their shirts off, and they ran over to the opposite end zone and immediately put them back on. I was like, what are these clowns doing, man? Like, At that moment, I knew we had them.
Okay.
So what are these effing clowns doing?
Damn. At
So,
that moment?
Here's what I'll say. Obviously, Ohio State beat Tennessee up pretty bad in that game. So Will Howard does have the ability to talk trash. And this is at Gruden's QB camp. I love these things with John Gruden. I agree with them because of this. Couple things. One, if you're going to take your shirt off to show toughness before the game in cold weather, you can't just run to the other side of the end zone and put it back on because it makes it look like you made a mistake. Like, that's not going to intimidate anybody. The second thing is, you can't do something like this and then go get your ass beat, right? There's no other option. This is like being out to dinner with your family in front of your kids and you pick a fight with somebody else who may have said something to your wife and then you get beat up in front of them. Like, you can't, if you're going to do that, all right, if you're going to play the big dog card, you better not go out there and get absolutely slapped around. So to Will Howard, look, y'all handle business. To the victor go the spoils.
Yeah.
And again, I don't understand why teams do this, David. Because Tennessee and Ohio State are both huge. What do you think Ohio State was going to be like, oh my God, those guys are big. And they're not wearing their shirts up. How about we just go warm up good?
Yeah.
Like nobody's ever been like, man, I'm going to play worse.
It's almost more insecure to me to come out with your shirt off.
I'm with you.
Tennessee fans would rather them go out with 6 layers on and win the football game.
Yeah. Like, I never, before a game, looked at the guy in his coat, I was like, he's got his shirt off, man, we're cooked.
Well, it does make it seem like they were more worried. Like, we have to have some sort of PR stunt before the game to, make ourselves feel better.
You kind of just got to own this one and move on, because even if you go forward in your Tennessee and you have a really great 2025, you're not going to go beat Will Howard. He's done. He's gone. So there's really no getting him back. The best you can hope for is a great 2025 season, and Will Howard doesn't do anything in the NFL.
Yeah, well, and again, I would be willing to bet, it would be a smart bet, that you probably never see Tennessee do anything like that again. So, look, Will Howard gets to talk his ish. That's just how it is. But I just think that's such a dumb thing. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know why they do that.
All right, next one up here. 2 college baseball teams with a combined losing streak of 141 games. That's right, 141 games played each other.
Oh,
something had to give. And guess what? The streak finally ended for both of them in a doubleheader. I kid you not. Listen to this. Lehman College and Yeshiva University split a doubleheader that ended both the streaks. So the Lehman Lightning ended a 42-game losing skid when they beat Yeshiva in extra innings. They had to go to extras, of course, to win 7-6. And then Yeshiva, a modern Orthodox Jewish school, ended their 100-game losing streak by beating Lehman in the second game 9-5.
100-game losing streak.
At what point do you just cancel the program?
I mean, well,
how far is the losing streak?
Now, because you end on a winning streak.
I know, but no, I'm not talking about the win here. How long can a losing streak go
before you shut it down?
You're just like, we can't do this anymore, y'all.
Like, it's so bad optically.
You lost 100 games in a row.
But to me, it's not just that you lost those games in a row. It's the sport you lost them in. Like basketball, okay. Like that team that we showed the clip of that was like the worst team ever that played like North Dakota State and whatever. I can understand in basketball how you can lose 100 games in a row. In football, I can totally understand how you can lose 100 games in a row. Baseball, you don't look around one game, and bat meets ball. Like we win one in extras or like God's on our side that day. Like that, it's borderline impressive. But David, you said one team had lost 42 games in a row. The other one had lost 100?
100 games in a row.
Yeah.
Cancel the program.
Yeah. Well, once you hit
it's time to put our money somewhere else.
They play each other, doubleheader. Each one gets a win.
Now you end it. Let's go out on top.
Now
let's go out on top.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Let's go out on top.
Absolutely. 100%.
I'm totally good with that, Coney.
All right, next one up here. Caitlin Clark continues to talk about her white privilege in a series of interviews. She said, as a white person, I definitely have privilege, and a lot of these players in the WNBA that have been really good are black players. This league is kind of built on them. Now, what I find funny about this is anybody who has eyeballs that work can look and see that most of the people who play basketball and excel at the highest level are non-whites. I don't care if you're talking about male players, female players, college, pro, it doesn't matter. If you want to see a bunch of white guys out there winning basketball games, you got to rewatch Hoosiers or something. And yet she is white, having a lot
Iowa
of
was pretty
success.
white.
Having a lot of success, and she just keeps doing these interviews talking about her white privilege out on some self-flagellation tour. Why does she feel the need to do this?
I don't know. I don't get this. Like, who told her, like, it's not like she's responding to something she said. What I just find funny is, to be honest with you, like, Robert Naismith invented basketball. He's white. So, I mean, why don't you thank him? But, like, why don't you just thank your parents? Like, without them, without your parents, nobody's playing basketball. Why do you go on this pandering tour? I don't think, you're telling me obvious things, like you said. Like, what am I coming and be like, no, there's more white women in the WNBA than black women. I don't get this. I don't understand. Like, are you that? Because I thought one of the things that Caitlin Clark did the best in college and even going into the WNBA was like she just never even talked about it. Like, she didn't answer any of this stuff. She just went out there and played. Even when, the physical stuff was happening on the court, which happens to a lot of rookies, she didn't say anything. But now, like, does she have like a PR team that's like, hey, pander, like pander, it'll help you. We'll get more sponsorships if you do it. I just don't understand why you're doing it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Is there a pressure to do this to fit into the WNBA better?
Yeah, probably that, and just stop getting the shit kicked out of her every game.
Is this going to help? Is this really going to help?
I mean, probably. You caved. That's what you did.
Well, has the Caitlin Clark wave ended, though? Like, it ended?
I don't think so.
Like, well, I mean,
She's a
like,
superstar.
the only reason we're talking about this is because of something she brought up. Like, is she having to now try and keep garnering interest in the WNBA? Because if you look at college basketball, women's college basketball, the viewership, way down. Way, way, way down this year. The WNBA, I think you saw that blip with the Caitlin Clark stuff, and now that's going to start going away because people are just going to stop caring again. Like, maybe this is the only way to get it back, and then maybe it's 5D chess. Maybe people have just stopped talking about the WNBA now and Caitlin Clark, because if you look around, nobody's really talking about it anymore. Maybe she has to come out and say this to make people start talking about it again. I don't know, but I feel like the whole chance that the WNBA had, they just blew it. Just blew it. And now nobody cares. Nobody cares except for
I just can't believe
pandering.
he would do this and the WNBA would do this. So now I have to continue not watching it.
You have to continue not watching it?
I have to continue.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Couple more here. The Los Angeles Dodgers went to the White House for their World Series championship celebration. And there was a lot of people who were upset about this, freaking out. And I was just wondering if we have any TikTok videos that maybe show some people overreacting to this.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Dial those up, Justine. Put those in the television machine. Here we go.
Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety.
I hope they lose today.
This was his response that day, is why that one is there. All right, they get better.
Is that the Pride Dodgers hat?
Probably.
Unfortunately,
The
yes. it was.
Rising
perpetual
speak English.
nuns.
Yeah, go ahead. Play it again. Play the other one.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
Good
What
God,
is
these
wrong
people are
with
idiots.
Like, I'm really to the point now. Like, go ahead and play this next one, and then we'll comment on it. Go ahead and play this one.
I'm crashing the out because tell me why are the Dodgers going to the White House? Take this off. Take this off. I can't.
No way.
Benny, give me that shirt. Give me your shirt.
Dang, the dog.
That's animal abuse.
Yeah, she needs to go to
Free
jail.
man. Mookie. Everybody. I don't give a
That's animal abuse.
Why are they always...
Why are they? Why? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never once, like, regardless of who was in the White House, like, I never was like, I'm going to stop rooting for my team because they went to, you got invited to, like, the coolest house. Like, what? Like, who cares? Like, it just shows you, like, dude, people are just nuts. Like, those are, and again, some of them may be parodies or whatever, and they're just trying to get attention. But, like, I think a lot of people actually are like that. It's just, why are they always like that?
It's just they keep getting crazier and crazier. Like, as every day passes, they get crazier and crazier. Like, it's to the point now where I I'm trying to find baseball fans that are that passionate about baseball.
I don't care if Auburn went and had dinner at Nancy Pelosi's house every night for a month. If they won a national championship, great. Go there. I don't care. Go to China. Go do a tour of China with Xi Jinping and the boys. I want my team to win.
Would that help?
I don't know. Maybe.
What are we talking about?
Not
baseball?
right now.
Talking about baseball?
No,
Well, we
we're
can go
talking
to
about
Japan
football.
for baseball. Obviously, it's what the Dodgers did. But
Okay.
I
don't think
I'm
go to China.
I could care less. I want my team to win. I love my team more than I love that. Are you kidding me?
All right, 2 more stories here. Former major leaguers Octavio Dotel and Tony Blanco were among those killed after the roof of an iconic nightclub collapsed in the Dominican Republic early on Tuesday. The Dominican National Police confirmed. Officials said at least 124 people were killed, a number that also included Nelson Cruz, the governor of northwestern province of Monte Cristi. I'm sorry, I'm just getting this off the headlines here. And at least 255 more were injured in this situation. There's kind of some updates happening along the way.
That's terrible. I remember Octavio Dotel. Tony Blanco, not so much. That's just awful, man. Godly, I can't imagine that.
So I guess
having a
Nelson
great time,
Cruz,
and then all of a sudden the roof collapsed.
Number that included Nelsie Cruz. There's a sister of 7-time MLB All-Star Nelson Cruz.
Damn, man, that's tough.
Nelson could hit absolute tanks.
Yeah, probably still can. That's awful, man. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. That's terrible. You said you got one more, Coney?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that this information was right. Yeah, so the sister of Nelson Cruz died, not Nelson Cruz himself.
Yeah.
All right, one more here. Apparently there's a real-life Jurassic Park situation, but with
Is this
dire
the whoop thing?
Yeah, I guess watching Game of Thrones isn't enough for some people. They really want to bring this stuff to life here.
Okay, what? So they did what? You watched the Rogan clip on this, right?
Yeah, they made direwolves. Direwolves have been extinct for, I think, 10,000 or 12,000 years. It's the wolf from Game of Thrones. And how they did it, and look, I'm not a scientist or whatever the hell they do. I think it's a company based out of Dallas. They took DNA from a gray wolf, right? And they also found ancient DNA from a tooth out of a skull that was in a riverbed.
Of a direwolf.
Of a direwolf, right? And they mapped the genome of the direwolf and took it and replaced and
So they put
organized the DNA from the gray wolf of what a direwolf's DNA would be. And they had 3 direwolves. I think 2 boys and 1 girl. And the thing about direwolves, they're bigger than regular wolves. They're more muscular. Wolves, whatever. I already had this conversation with my girlfriend yesterday. She laughed at me 45 minutes about the way I say wolf. They're bigger, they're more muscular. Yeah, those are them right there, and they're all white.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're already in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already.
You talk about
the privilege.
Yeah, been extinct for 12,000 years, boy.
And they also said they're right now working on making woolly mammoths.
Okay. All right. Here's where I'm at on this. So just correct me if I'm wrong here, Blaine. You said these are just bigger, more powerful wolves.
Yeah.
They're okay.
They've been extinct for 10,000 years.
To me, this is like the gain of function research, but for animals. Why? Why would we do this? I don't understand. How does this help us? Why are we creating things that will kill us? I don't get this. It wasn't like the last one died 2 weeks ago and they're like, oh, we can repopulate them this way. Woolly mammoths, okay. Okay, I can be down with that. I'm not gonna have a woolly
mammoth can kill.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna have a woolly mammoth chase me when I'm going to the subway or whatever. The wolves, imagine how pissed they're gonna be when they find out where the rest of them went.
And apparently, the ones they raised already do not like humans at all. Not even the ones that raised.
But no, what is it? What is?
We know that?
Yeah.
Look,
wow. So we spent hundreds of thousands of years to remove ourselves as a species from the food chain, right? To where we don't have any natural predators to thin the herd.
Yeah.
And we thought, what better way to put ourselves back in the food chain than let's just make Jurassic Park real life?
If you've watched,
it's close to Jurassic Park. It's getting there.
If you've watched any Jurassic Park movie, it never works out good. It never goes to plan. Whose idea? They need to find out whose idea this was, and that person needs to be fired are exiled. Why don't you come up with something cool that loves us? We're already creating these robots that are eventually going to get pissed.
Which I'm against.
Yeah.
I'm against.
So we're creating, on one hand, robots that will at some point be sentient, and then super wolves. This is like a plot to Transformers.
It's awesome, though.
No, it's not awesome.
It's awesome.
It's not going to be awesome
It's dope.
when it's eating your rib cage.
It's not going to chase you to the subway. It's not going to do that.
Yeah, I remember watching Independence Day when I was younger, and all the people on the rooftop thought it was awesome, and that green light just glowed
little
down.
different, bud.
Man, it's so awesome.
Little
Take
different.
me, beam me up, Scotty. Bam, and they died.
Would it be cool?
How about you keep your awesomeness
Would it be
away
cool to
from
go
me?
to a zoo and see a saber-toothed tiger?
No.
It would be awesome.
So your idea is to bring saber-toothed tigers back to life and then cage them. and put them in a zoo.
What a great idea.
Sweet-ass zoo.
No, what a
That
great
sounds-
idea.
A sweet-ass zoo.
Let's create super wolves and bring back the super tigers. That'll be great.
Look, I'm
That'll
cool
work
with
out
land
great.
stuff, all right? I'm cool with land stuff. But I don't want nothing flying around or swimming in the ocean.
Well,
That's when it gets too
we
far.
already don't know what's down there.
Exactly. I don't want to bring the megalodon back.
But you want to bring back super wolves and super tigers. That makes a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Yes.
Something's wrong.
Controllable.
Something's wrong with you. All right, let's go to the chat. I want to see what the chat has to say about this.
All right, let's go to a $2 donation from I Saw My Shadow. Says, to be honest, I'm with Jake and David on this. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. Real deal Jurassic Park, and we're actually signing up for it.
No, we're look. This is why the aliens don't talk to us. That's why they don't. We just do stupid things. We think dudes can play in women's sports. We want to bring back I didn't even know. I thought they invented direwolves for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a real animal. I didn't know that actually happened. This does not help us one bit. One bit. Like, you just, look, okay, y'all heard it. I think it's a bad idea. I'm on record saying that.
Let's go to a $5 donation from the Walking Highlight. He says, if you could pick one animal to bring back, what would it be?
Why couldn't we just bring back something that wouldn't kill us, like a caterpillar? Or so, there's got to be a species of caterpillar that's been dead. Let's bring them back. Let them crawl their little ass up the sidewalk. I'll just look at it and point, as opposed to walking outside, getting ready to go to my car from work one day, and all of a sudden this monster wolf comes out of the woods because I hadn't had breakfast yet, and it's pissed that we killed all of them like 10,000 years ago, and I didn't even do anything to them.
I heard they're working on the Tyrannosaurus Rex next.
Oh, that'd be a
They
great
should really
idea.
just get rid of mosquitoes.
No, like, what animal would you bring back, though? What animal's the dodo bird? I'll bring them back. I'll see their dumbass run around.
$5 donation from John. Appreciate it, John. He says, I'm going to keep it a stack with you fellas. I'd buy a ticket to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, see, that's why we're in this situation, because there's enough guys like John.
Don't they already have that at, like, Disney World with the like, I remember I went to Universal Studios when I was a kid, and I hate sharks. I hate them, David. I hate them. So I don't go past knee deep in the water. Won't do it, even in pools. But there was a Jaws ride, okay, that we went on.
I remember.
And you get in the boat, and the guy's like, hey, we're going to show you around. You know at some point Jaws is coming. I mean, I was like 11, but I knew what we signed up for. And like he'd like hit the boat and like rock the boat. And I was scared, but I also knew that's a robot shark. They're not going to have some rogue shark out here going around. So like I'm fine with Jurassic Park with robot dinosaurs that have like an off switch that don't say, oh, there's lunch. I'm going to go eat it. This isn't that though. I don't want real Jurassic Park. I don't care about dinosaurs. I'm glad they're dead. I'm glad they're dead.
Golly, so insensitive.
Yeah.
$5 donation from the Warg. What's up, man? If the direwolves are tied to ancient bloodlines, does that only mean a few people can control them, like a dragon?
Okay, now it's making sense.
Oh.
Of course, of course, the guy who identifies as a dragon on a certain day wants the direwolf.
Blaine Targaryen.
No, that's the next thing. They say dragons really existed. Like, there are people that say they
The Komodo dragon.
What happened if I'm not talking about no Komodo dragon, which I don't trust them either. But what if they find ancestral DNA of that, Cone? What if they're up
Make
there
a dragon.
Tibet.
You make a dragon.
Tibet drinking that juice with the monks, and all of a sudden they stumble upon.
We choose to do the hard things. Was that Winston Churchill?
That was John F. Kennedy.
The irony if they brought dragons back and then, I mean, I don't want to.
Was that Winston
I mean, if you were to die from one of the dragons they brought back to life, the irony
You talking about dragon on dragon
would
crime?
be a little too much for me.
There's no such dragon on dragon crime.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be the way you'd want to go.
He'd seek you out first.
Yeah, he would for impersonating him.
Yeah.
So you're really
No, he knows where his allegiance lies.
No.
He's gonna find.
It's going to get awfully
He's gonna find his
territorial.
kin.
I'll be
Once he
riding-
finds his
Yeah.
kin, David, we're coming after you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to $5 donation from the Pack M 101. So every time a dire wolf shows up in lore, something bad follows. So are we cheering for them or bracing for the fallout?
Listen, again, I love animals. We have dogs and cats. Like, I love animals except reptiles. I don't like them. But we need these to just, we don't need to let them like be in heat around each other. Just let them live their lives out. All right? Let's fix them. Snip, snip, cut, cut. No reproduction. All right, you did it.
Yeah.
Congrats. Congrats, y'all did it. Y'all made them.
Snip, cut don't even matter anymore. They're pulling DNA out of stuff from 15,000 years ago.
Yeah, I think we should just let them go back.
They're about to put woolly mammoths in the Arctic.
I'm fine with woolly mammoths. I'm not worried about woolly mammoths. I'm not. Don't they eat leaves? I'm worried about the wolves, dog. That's what I'm worried about. Like patient zero, first one they catch. They get that taste for human meat again, like they did. Boy, I wonder what our ancestors Cone would say from 10,000 years ago. Probably screaming no.
They just slap us in the
Maybe
face.
they had it right. Maybe we should just be living in the woods, just eating berries and stuff.
All right, let's go to a $5 donation from D. What's up, man? It says, Blaine, you live on land. You don't live in the ocean. Why do you want them to bring back to land super predators?
I'm trying to tell them.
We can control them.
No,
Yeah.
we can't.
We can control them.
That's what they said.
Go to Africa.
That's what we can do.
Yeah, go to
I'm
Africa.
talking about here in America.
No, Africa's been around.
I'm not
long.
in
It's the
Africa.
Cradle of civilization.
I
dog.
know, and it's still a terrible situation over there. They still haven't figured it out. We figured it out over here.
I don't want
They
it to
can
go
be
back.
controlled.
Yeah, until we do something like this. The first 10 pages of every Jurassic Park movie ever said, we can control them.
We have
Guess what the
Tomahawk
other 90
missiles.
pages said? We can't control them.
Why did we not learn from COVID, though? Like, this is like the animal version of gain-of-function research. Why are we creating super diseases? So we can beat them? Why don't you just let them be created and then we'll find a way to beat them? Let them happen naturally. That's why the best science we have, we just stumbled upon. We didn't get a bunch of guys around in a room like, hey, let's mix this together and see what happens. Ha, 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 ha. Then all of a sudden, pandemic. Then a dire wolf pandemic. You thought COVID sucked? Get a dire wolf
Let me get a yes or
pandemic.
no on each of these animals to see if you'd be okay with them making them. All right? T-Rex.
No.
A Spinosaurus.
A Spinosaurus?
Yes.
No, because I don't know what that is.
Possibly larger than the T-Rex and can swim.
No, don't, no. Hard no.
A Megalliana.
No, I hate the
A
way
giant monitor lizard like a Komodo dragon on steroids from ancient Australia.
So a T-Rex, no.
An Andreosaurus.
What?
An Andreosaurus.
That's not real.
A massive wolf-like predator from the Eocene.
Where the hell is the Eocene? Isn't that where
Okay,
the
what
guys
about a
live?
mastodon? Similar to mammoths, but older and stockier.
They don't eat people, right?
I don't know.
I'm good with that. You make the biggest, big-ass woolly mammoth you ever made in your life. Not wolves.
A Gorgonops.
A
A
what?
saber-toothed reptile like a creature from
Nope.
before the dinosaurs.
Nope, you could have stopped at saber-toothed reptile.
What about a helicopron? It's a shark with a buzzsaw.
Oh, I thought that was a
Why don't we
leprechaun.
just fast forward to the end where everything you're saying we say no to?
No, y'all said okay to the mastodon,
No, we
which is
didn't
similar
say
to
nothing.
mammoths.
He said something.
It's just similar.
No.
It's a big elephant, Dave.
You know what?
Well, we got
And y'all are lame.
We already
man.
have elephants, and some of them get big.
Even
we don't
this
need new
conversation
stuff.
makes me uncomfortable. So we're going to get to bets. That's what we're going to do. Here's what I got. We're going baseball, fellas. We're going baseball. Give me the Rockies and the Brewers over 10.5 runs. All right, the game's being played in Colorado. The air is thinner out there. We have torpedo bats.
Wow, Braves minus 1.5.
Would you let...
You just want to lose some money, huh?
Wow, bold.
Well, the second bet was the Braves minus 1.5. That's going off at plus 150. Got a feeling Tawan Walker gets kind of knocked around a little bit today. That's what I think. Thanks for
Man, I kid you not. Right as you're taking the Braves, Ryan Klesko texts my phone. Trust the signs. I kid you not.
Well, tell Ryan Klesko I said what's up. Does he want to hang out?
Should I just call him live on the show and see if it? No.
Do it.
Oh,
dude.
I would love to.
All right, well, trust the signs. Maybe I'll take the Braves too. But I had Padres money line plus 105 is what I wrote down. They're playing at the Athletics.
So let's go Padres, right?
Oh, there you go.
How about that?
There you go. Maybe I should do a parlay.
Yeah,
I trust the
you
Suns
better do it
parlay.
before the Wolves come.
Padres 9-3 on the year, playing at the A's 5-7. Then I'm going to take the Giants money line -150. Giants so far on the year 8-3. They're hosting the Reds, who are also 5-7.
What do you got, Mustache?
All right, I'm going Phillies money line +118. Pour it all over me.
Oh, God.
Then I'm going Brewers money line, going off at a -142. Put it in my stew, tie my shoe. Get a clue.
Okay.
Ryan's
Okay,
glue.
Dr. Seuss, calm down. All right, Ace is going to go with the Blue Jays money line at +110. And he's going to rock with the Phillies, too. I don't know what type of
Ace
household
money!
David Cohn's running over there, but his son's going to take the
Golly.
Phillies money line at +120. We may have to have a Viola bets to even out.
No loyalty, man.
I mean, you can spank them, David.
Yeah.
He's the right arm of the law, right? So you don't grow up and make
The
wolves.
long arm of the law.
Helicopterosauruses or whatever.
All right, let's get to some of these donations here. Let's go to a $2 donation from the HB. What's up, man? It says, congrats on pronouncing woofs correctly, Jake. You're really growing as a person.
I've always said wolves. Don't throw that hate this way. This hate goes one way. Wait till you see what we're dropping tomorrow when Blaine's a big fan of Billy Napier now.
Wow.
You just gonna name drop like that?
Wow. You took my bet.
They can see it.
Even Stevens.
They can see it on the screen.
Even Stevens, Shia LaBeouf.
Childish, and we need to call it out.
Okay.
We need to call it out. Let's go to a $2 donation from Cody Bickford. What's up, Cody? Says, no, Ludwig is crazy.
I almost picked Alberg.
Albert's going to have a
Nice.
day.
He's top 5 in the world
Nice.
right now, isn't
Like,
he?
if you didn't told me that name, I either he's a golfer or he played the
Oh, yeah. Either that or Tom Cruise fought him in
200
some
years ago.
movie.
Yeah, for sure.
7th in odds, +2,000 to win it, and +150 to finish top 10.
I like that name, Luke.
Let's go to a $5 donation from NHP. Says, something doesn't feel right when Tiger's not in this tournament.
I almost led the show off with something about it just, without Tiger, man, it just, not that it sucks. Like, I feel bad if you grew up and didn't get to see Prime Tiger. Like, we're so lucky that we got to see, like, Prime Tiger. Not that I was super old. I mean, I remember being 9, 10 years old watching him do his thing, but just, I wonder if this is how people started feeling like Jack Nicklaus, kind of. But, I mean, Jack, God, what did you say the other day? You finished like 6th when he was like...
tied for 6 in the Masters in 1998 when he was like 56.
Dang, that's impressive, man. But no Tiger. That's why I didn't like that April Fool's joke.
Let's go to a $5 donation from the Steve Man Knows It. What's up? He says, is it just me or these guys seem to be playing God?
I don't think you're wrong. He's talking about the people that make the wolves. Like, shouldn't we just
Leave it alone.
do it the old-fashioned way, man? Hey, I like you. Oh, you like me. Oh, let's hang out. There's a kid of any type of animal, right? Depending on it.
Last donation of the day, a $10 donation from the East. Appreciate it, man. He says, if Blaine ran society, we'd all be dead in 3 years.
No, we
3
wouldn't have made it.
We would be living well.
What would the over-under cone?
We would be living well.
If you put Blaine...
Pet wolves?
Pet wolves? You know how there's like African tribes that hadn't seen like modern people like ever? You know what I'm saying? They still think like a stone created them or something. What if we like dropped Blaine over there and he was in charge of the tribe under years until that tribe?
Oh, we're going years?
Oh,
I thought you were
no,
going
we don't
months.
got to
Y'all
go
are
years.
full.
I give it 9 months.
Y'all
You'll go 9 months.
We'd be thriving.
Because here's the thing. There'd be some deputies who would be able to keep it going for a little while.
Okay.
And they would undermine Blaine for long enough that they could make it to 9 months.
So you think 9 months, like a baby's term, 9 months?
I'd have that thing looking like a FanDuel on Broadway Street. We find Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
We'd be betting every day. I'd have those guys hooked everyday betting.
So you wouldn't just like teach them how to like, you wouldn't like create like a grocery store or like a
No, we hunt for our
bathroom.
food here.
You just go
Just
straight
gamble.
Bathroom, we're outside.
We don't have any toilet paper, but we're going to gamble.
Yeah, we're going to gamble. That's what we do. We gamble.
You do save money to gamble with no toilet paper.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
All right. Well, do you have a poll to end it or is that it?
That's it, brother.
All right. Well, everybody, again, appreciate you joining us. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have a couple of dark horses to make the college football playoff. We're going to tell you about tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So make sure you're locked in. I know you're going to probably be watching the Masters. We're excited about it. Let's just real quickly, guys, before we get off here, give us your 4 golfers again. that you got. Cone, give us your 4. You remember who they are?
Colin Morikawa.
Okay.
Rory McIlroy, please don't let me down. Will Zalatoris feel good about it, and Daniel Berger.
All right. I got Scott Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Minwoo Lee, and Sam Burns. All right, Blaine, who do you got?
I got John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Cam Smith, and our boy Phil.
All right.
Highest combined score loses.
The highest combined
Also gets
score
you fitted for
loses.
pads.
The winner gets a round of golf paid for by the others, and we all know the loser you got to survive the driving rain challenge. That's what we're calling it. That's what we're going to go with.
Oh, we got one more donation here, a $5 donation from Cuse. Appreciate it, Cuse. Time for Blaine to read some dinosaur names. 1, Aliochalis.
Nope.
2, X.
Yeah, that sounds
Let me
right.
lock in here. Epidex Pteryx and Hucanaculus.
Spot on.
God, I think you nailed all 3.
Thank you.
All right, like the chances of Blaine being right pronouncing dinosaur names, we're going. Gone. Stop creating wolves.